Alright, so we're back in Infamy difficulty in Far Cry. We just got to the bunker after escaping from the helicopter crash. So now we get to go through some character creation. We do have an option to purchase any of these. I still have money left over from my last playthrough. I'm not going to mess with that. I'm just going to go with something standard. Pick one of these outfits. Probably go with Militia. I do like to change the hat though, because I'm not a huge fan of this hat. Throw some glasses on. That'll work. Don't actually see your character in this game, so it's not that big of a deal. You can do photo mode, which allows you to see your character, but I very rarely do that. When you see these white kind of text, that means that there's something in the environment that you can interact with. So if I run away, we see that there's one right there through the wall. And that's just a letter. We do have an opportunity to read them. Sometimes they give you information associated with different things going on. This is an open world game, so you can go explore. But I just prefer to read them because they add to the story and the immersive experience where you really feel like it's a living, breathing world. That's just basically saying that this bunker is kind of freaking people out because he's a prepper, and we want to keep it to a minimum. These radios, they'll actually talk to you.
Please. Anyone there? Peggy's rolled in here like an army. Started throwing people into trucks, taking our food, and then I just heard nothing but gunfire. People are dying. Please, someone help us. Don't know how much longer we can hold out. Please. Begging you, if you've got a gun, get to Paul's end. John C's taking the whole town. Ian's Gates lost their fucking minds. They're gonna kill us all. If anyone's listening, Pastor Jerome and I will do whatever we can. Edie's Gate won't take us alive.
So moving throughout the world, obviously you have an opportunity to interact with a bunch of things, and um, a lot of them are immersive experiences that just give you an opportunity to really feel like you're a part of a world that is alive. For the purpose of this playthrough on this difficulty setting, I'm just going to stick with the main quest line as much as possible and not spend a ton of time doing side quests.
Come here, Deputy. We need to talk. I didn't properly introduce myself back there. Most folks call me Dutch. I've been trying to piece together what's happening up top. It ain't good. Little I can gather is that your partners are alive. For now. Seems they've been split up. Each one handed off to a different member of Joseph's family. You want them back, I get it. I got friends that've been taken too. Problem is, there ain't no help coming. Nobody knows what's going on here, and they won't know until it's too late. There's gotta be people out there willing to fight back against this cult. We need to show them how. We need to build us a resistance. So the first thing we're gonna do is get control of this island. Once we got some breathing room, we can figure out what's coming next. There's a gun and a map in the safe over there. Take them. I'll give you a call on your radio once you get your bearings.
Yeah, so we can see in this room right there's different maps, and this map right here is the important one to actually look at. So we can see that Joseph Seed is in the middle. He's on an island, and then his two brothers and his sister as well, and they're all connected, meaning that we actually have to eliminate those siblings before we get access to confronting him. If we read about these, we can learn a little bit about these characters. So this is Jacob Seed. He's a soldier, oldest brother of the Seeds. He's in charge of training their militia up in the Whitetail Mountains, so that's the most northern region. One thing he believes in is sacrifice the weak. So he goes on these rants about sacrificing the weak, purging the weak, and survival of the fittest. So when you go up north, there's a lot of carnage, so to speak. He also runs psychological experiments, and those take place within his bunker. So each one of these characters has their own bunker, with the exception of Joseph, ironically. And in order to confront them, you end up in their bunkers, and their bunkers have different features associated with whatever character that bunker belongs to. Each region has their own kind of special feature. So this region, the Whitetail Mountains up north, it has the judges, and judges are animals that are under the influence of Jacob's seed and his experiments, which lead them to be very powerful and aggressive towards you. In the south, we have John's seed. He's referred to as the Baptist. He's the youngest of the Seed brothers, and um, previously he was an attorney as well. So he's a real good talker. He tells everyone to accept the power of yes as a way to get his followers to do whatever he wants. Um, and what that is typically saying yes to whatever your sin is. But we'll get more into that when we actually go down there, because he makes us say yes to our sin. And then we have to embrace that sin that's put on us. We have Faith, also referred to as the Siren. So her big thing is angels. Angels are humans that are drug addled and um, are in a hallucinogenic state. And what they do is they just blindly act um, out of aggression. You can sneak up on them and eliminate them that way. They are not as intelligent, and they never have ranged weapons, which is nice. They will throw rocks at you, but they don't really hurt. So you just want to stay out of melee range when you're facing the angels.
Be careful out there. It's crawling with Peggy's. Those fuckers are willing to die for that psychopath that's leading them.
All right, so we have now gained access to our previous armory in the last playthrough, it seems like. These white circles are objects that you can interact with. This box, because I have a full inventory, just reads as full, and I can't actually open it. Another character development. Dutch's children. Like I said, you do have an opportunity to hire one of them to help you out through this process. Ah, fantastic. So now I have all of my old weapons. So what we're rocking with is a recurve bow. You do have different types of ammunition. So we have an explosive arrow and an incendiary arrow. Incendiary arrow will light things on fire, including the environment. Explosive arrow will explode things and does AoE damage. That's area of effect, as well as can explode vehicles. We have the M60. This one is silenced with a scope. It has regular ammunition as well as armor-piercing ammunition. This is just shoot a lot of bullets and have a big magazine. We have a shotgun. Shotgun has incendiary and armor-piercing ammunition. Shotguns are great at close range. And a silenced pistol, which we use in our stealth opportunities. So pistols don't have a large volume to begin with, so when you put a suppressor on them, it's actually harder to detect than any other weapon with a suppressor. We do have this one. This pistol has an additional magazine, so more ammunition, a scope, and a silencer. Same thing with the shotgun, additional magazine, scope, and a silencer. M60 silencer and scope, and the bow and arrow only comes with a scope. We also have melee weapons, which, for all intents and purposes, we use the bolted pipe, the aluminum bat, and the brass knuckles. Shovels are typically preferred, but I don't do a lot of melee combat, and shovels are preferred because you can throw them like a spear. We also have explosive armaments, so we have a Molotov cocktail, we have proximity explosive, and a remote explosive. The remote explosive we choose when to detonate it. The proximity explosive, when an enemy is near it, it automatically explodes. We also have a throwing knife, which is a ranged silence weapon. Smoke grenade allows for concealment and being able to move with and avoid fire. We have bait. This is labeled angel bait, meaning that we've upgraded it, so this will attract predators and angels, which I was just talking about as Faith's creation. We also have dynamite, pipe bomb, and a frag grenade. We can also make them sticky, so now it's a sticky grenade. And that just means that it sticks to a surface when you throw it. I personally prefer the proximity bombs to just have those. Okay, this is an open world exploration game, and we are going to be sticking to the main mission. So right now, our primary objective in the upper left-hand corner.
All over this island. I'll keep an eye out for anything useful. For now, head south and take out any culture you see.
Is to liberate Dutch's Island.
Folks in need, would you?
We're going to go south. You'll notice things on the maps are right there. That diamond with an exclamation point. That is someone who we should probably save. So we just still go 1-2 right there, 2 headshots, no big deal. And now we go down on fire that person and rescue them. As we rescue people, we'll find that our resistance meter grows. So that right there is a resistance meter. Once it maxes out, and it maxes out over time as you complete different tasks, whether it's main missions or side quests, you will be forced into confrontations with the area boss, which are the Sneed family members. We do have an opportunity to sprint. If we sprint and slide, or sprint and crouch, we can slide. Here now we're in outpost, so we do have an opportunity to take Cold Outpost, which just means kill everyone in the outpost, and then it becomes ours to move into for the resistance. We do have options to take them silently, and if we do take them silently, we get additional bonuses in the form of money. We can also take them without causing an alarm to go off. Most of these outposts do have alarms, but we do want to be conscious not to set those off. So I'm crouching right now. Okay. Did identify that we have 2 people on the other side of this door right here. So what we can do is do a takedown right here. And him come over here, hit another takedown.
What's going on?
And we've been seen. So that's fantastic. Hit another takedown. And hit a headshot. Okay, so now that we've liberated this outpost, our resistance are going to move into the ranger station and clean the place up, as well as allow for a base of operations for us to be able to continue our mission on. So now we see that the ranger station has friendly people that we can talk to, and like I said, it's the living, breathing world, so we do...
Kid, I just saw the cult grab a guy down by the docks. You help him out, and maybe he'd be willing to pick up a gun and return the favor.
So we do have an opportunity to interact with the people within this town. This gentleman right here with that same icon above his head. means that he has a quest
These
for
loony
us.
fanatics are out of control. If you want to protect yourself, I think there's a prepper stash near the boathouse. Should have some good gear squirreled away.
So he told us about a prepper stash. What a prepper stash is it is a hideout with a lot of condensed supplies. Perk points are primarily found there. And those perk points can be spent in order to uh, help you improve your character over time. We still don't have access to the perks, so I can't show you what those look like.
Hey, Lance.
But
I'm not sure what to advise. The Seeds don't have any claim to the property. The station is built on federal land after all. But if their people are traipsing around the area and, what did you say, taking measurements and such? Anyway, those folks from Eden's Gate could potentially be charged with trespassing. Another kind of weird and unsociable. I mean, how dangerous are these nut jobs gonna be?
you'll notice on this map there are different points marked. It's actually interesting because all those points are legitimate places of interest. So when you look around the environment in this game, you can definitely get additional information that might not be readily apparent to you through normal game mechanics just by observing the environment. That being said, this is the ranger station, and we have successfully taken the Silver Lake Conservation Area Ranger Station. And we'll be moving on to the Guns for Hire and Resistance tasks next.